of a night. I can't tell everyone in the dressing room how proud I am of them, proud of everyone that is, except Chris Jericho and his best friend, Kevin Owens.
What's your issue with what happened last night? Let me guess. Is it the fact that I walked out champion and not your little #1 draft pick? Is that the issue? Maybe it's the fact that my best friend here, Chris Jericho, had managed to get in the cell. Did that upset you, Mick? Mick, last night was the Kevin Owens show, whether you like it or not.
Team Chris and Kevin, we've showed why you need us to anchor your squad of Team Raw at Survivor Series. Yeah, I need you both. But I need more than that. I need another guy. Not just any guy, the guy.
Why are you so mad, boys? You're not happy to see me, huh?
You're not worthy of being United States champion, all right? Roman, I'd take that U.S. championship away from you tonight, right now, if I wanted to, you dig? Let's say we make it official. Chris Jericho against Roman Reigns tonight.
United States Championship match. Roman Reigns defends against Chris Jericho. And the big dog's starting to hunt. Maybe the beginning of the end. And Owens on the apron. Jericho. Superman punch. Spear. Owens. Look at Owens unloading on Roman Reigns. And the MO, Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, this 2-on-1 advantage. Oh! The Architect Seth Rollins, still steaming from what happened inside Hell in a Cell. He's got to be infused with bitterness. Owens take it out! Rollins risking life and limb for revenge. And Kevin Owens saving his best friend from an irate Seth Rollins. For the first time in its 23-year history, Monday Night Raw has come to Scotland. You are looking live at the SSE Hydro Arena in Glasgow. We are sold out tonight, and the WWE Universe is ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Commissioner of Monday Night Raw, Stephanie McMahon.
And there has been speculation all week long on who will be named the 5th member of the Raw Men's Survivor Series team that will take on SmackDown Live in 2 weeks at the 30th Annual Survivor Series. And we expect that announcement to come from Stephanie McMahon here tonight at the top of Monday Night Raw. But already, guys, a pretty good team taken up for Team Raw. Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, and Chris Jericho. An all-star lineup already. I think at this point, 4-on-5, Raw still stand a good chance against SmackDown Live.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw! Now, unfortunately, General Manager Foley is unable to be here tonight. So in his honor, let me say how proud we are to be right here in Glasgow, Scotland! But in all seriousness, we're in the midst of a tumultuous time. I mean, what started off as a war of words has now infiltrated our homes all over the world. Pitting husband against wife, brother against sister, neighbor versus neighbor. I'm talking red versus blue. That's right. Raw versus SmackDown Live at Survivor Series. Raw is in for the fight of its life, and we are going to absolutely dominate SmackDown Live when our 3 best men, women, and tag teams compete against SmackDown Live in 3 traditional Survivor Series matches. It's going to be fantasy warfare come to life. We're going to see Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. And without further ado, allow me to introduce to you the 5 men who will be competing on Team Raw. Starting first with the WWE Universal Champion, Kevin Owens.
And the thing about Survivor Series when we take on SmackDown Live is the intriguing matchup that could be in store for us. Can you guys imagine if Kevin Owens steps into the ring against AJ Styles, the WWE World Champion for SmackDown?
What if Kevin Owens has to limit on rivalry with Dean Ambrose?
So many possibilities in that Survivor Series elimination match. Remember, when you're eliminated, you go back to the locker room, and that could lead to scenarios of 4-on-2 or 2-on-2, maybe even 5-on-1.
And Kevin's best friend, Chris Jericho.
You think the entire SmackDown Live team is on the list? That wouldn't surprise me. I, for one, would love to see Jericho and Randy Orton facing each other across the ring at Survivor Series. Randy Orton has been one of the all-time greats in the Survivor Series elimination matchup format.
The United States Champion, Roman Reigns.
Hey guys, Roman could go face to face with his good friend Dean Ambrose.
I'm sorry, Cole, I can barely hear you over this rousing ovation.
The man who has been decimating his opponents on Raw, Braun Strowman.
You guys were talking about fantasy matchups. There's a very real possibility we could see Braun Strowman face off with Bray Wyatt, the man who brought Raw to WWE.
That would be so intriguing to see that happen.
This is a man who no doubt tips that balance of power in favor of Raw.
He won the Battle Royal last week to earn this opportunity.
Gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the 5th and final member of Team Raw.
SmackDown Live, you can forfeit now if you want.
This is interesting, guys, because considering the recent history between Seth Rollins and Stephanie McMahon, this is... I never thought I'd see this pick happening from Stephanie.
Oh, what about the relationship or lack thereof between Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Chris Jericho?
Well, one thing's for sure, Stephanie McMahon is doing what is in the best interest of Monday Night Raw.
Stephanie, come on. This is a joke, obviously. You can't put him on our team. This can't be serious.
Look, Kev, Steph knows that if she wants to guarantee a victory over SmackDown Live at Survivor Series, she needs the man on this team.
Listen.
And I've been given certain assurances just to be on this team. But you rest assured that after we get the job done at Survivor Series, nothing is finished between you, me, and old Sparkle Crotch here.
Listen, gentlemen, I know that there is no love lost between you. But these are the men that you are going to be competing against.
There's the team.
This is SmackDown's best. You have Dean Ambrose. What's going to happen with the former members of the Shield in the ring against Dean Ambrose? Braun Strowman. You see Bray Wyatt there, the man who kept you down and held you under his thumb and never allowed you the spotlight. Chris, all 5 of these members should be on your list. And Kevin, are you going to prove that you are the better champion, or is AJ Styles? I need for the 5 of you to work together to be a team, or else you're going to prove Daniel Bryan right when he said Raw superstars are lazy and complacent. Is that who you are? I said, is that who you are? No, I know that's not who you are. Mick Foley and I drafted you to Raw because we handpicked the best of the best. That's who you are, and that is what you're going to prove at Survivor Series. You are going to decimate and annihilate Team SmackDown Live. You're going to fight like your lives depend on it. As a matter of fact, you're going to fight like your jobs depend on it, because they do.
You know, she's right. She's right. We need to get on the same page. Now, for the past few months, Team Kevin and Chris have been taking over Raw every week. But along the way, we've obviously made some enemies. And we're man enough to even admit that maybe we made a couple of mistakes. Not a whole lot of them, but a few.
We've made some mistakes, but we're man enough to say we're sorry, okay? So Roman and Seth, we know you're angry because Kevin and I are the WWE Universal Champion. But you have to put that aside for the sake of the team at Survivor Series. We're in this together, guys, okay? Even though you're stupid idiots, just like everybody here in Glasgow tonight, you're our stupid idiots.
He's right. Astute observation, and that's why even you all have to listen to the co-captains of Team Raw, Kevin and Chris.
You know, we like you guys. You're good kids. You got a lot of spunk,
Lots of potential.
You're good, but you're not good enough to be co-captains. We need winners. So stick with us and listen to what we say, and we will be victorious at Survivor Series, guaranteed.
Yeah, Chris is right, but you know, let me make this clear. This needs to be a well-oiled machine. You got that, Roman? Can't be like that stupid, pathetic little group you guys used to be in. What was it called? I don't remember.
The Shield.
The Shield. What a ridiculous name.
Stupid name.
Stupid. That's probably why it died. Oh, wait, no, that's not why it died. Because both of you are basically terrible human beings and kept turning on each other. Well, that's not going to happen here. You understand that?
You understand that? Because Team Kevin and Chris lead by example. All right? So keep your mouths shut, your eyes open, do what we say, and you'll win at Survivor Series. Do you understand what we're saying to you right now? Huh? Yeah. Do you understand? Do you understand? You dig?
You get it?
Huh?
Hey.
You get it?
Hey.
No nod.
Look, Chris.
What?
I dig.
Oh! And Rollins goes after Jericho! And Reigns and Kevin Owens! So much for that pep talk of encouragement. So much for the team.
This doesn't look good.
Boom! And Braun Strowman. Manhandling. A shoulder tackle to Seth after the splash to Jericho. And the mountain of a man, Strowman just tossing people around. Owens and Reigns still going at it outside the ring.
This does not look good. If these 5 can't coexist as a team, there's no way we'll beat SmackDown Live.
Yeah, I love seeing the dominance from Braun, but save it for SmackDown Live.
differences and get this all out of your system. At Survivor Series, you're going to be a team. But tonight, it's every man for himself. With Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho versus Braun Strowman in a fatal five-way match.
Oh my goodness, that is huge! All 5 members of Team Raw in a fatal five-way match tonight.
That is unprecedented.
You say combustible? Oh man, it's going to be explosive tonight on Monday Night Raw.
Guys, with Survivor Series moving, we know all the teams that will represent Raw in that traditional 10-on-10 tag team match at Survivor Series. Well, get this, tonight, the team captains, the New Day, will address the entire Raw team.
And also tonight, it will be my honor to introduce you to the 5 women who will represent Team Raw in the match against Team SmackDown live at Survivor Series. We know Charlotte, Bayley, and Nia are in. Who will join them? We'll find out later tonight.
There's the Cruiserweight Champion, the Brian Kendrick. Take a look back last week. He was defending against former champion TJ Perkins. Watch this closely. Crazy maneuver by TJ.
Yeah, TJ Perkins fell on the back of his neck.
Well, Kendrick's in action tonight with a new debuting superstar next.
And Monday Night Raw tonight, for the first time in its history, is in Glasgow, Scotland. That is the home of the Celtic Football Club. Celtic Park, the largest stadium in Scotland and the 6th largest in the entire United Kingdom. It's time for Cruiserweights tag team action.
Time for the party!
His tag team partner from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing 170 pounds, Rich Swann!
There was great news this week that starting 3 weeks from tomorrow, exclusively on the WWE Network, the Cruiserweights are going to have a show to their own. It's called 205 Live, and Rich Swann is one of those individuals who's extremely excited about being a part of this new program. This is the tweet he sent out a little bit earlier on today. Corey, you're going to be one of the voices of 205 Live.
I am as excited as anybody about the debut of 205 Live. The Cruiserweight division gets the opportunity to perform on a platform and show the world the full extent of what they're capable of.
Their opponent, first, from Venice, California, weighing 170 pounds, he's the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Brian Kendrick!
And Brian Kendrick, the champion, who defeated TJ Perkins in a controversial manner at Hell in a Cell. And then last week was counted out in a match against TJ. You saw the injury to Perkins a little bit earlier on. He suffered a neck sprain, out of action for a bit.
You can't be mad at Brian Kendrick for doing what you have to do to retain your championship.
And his tag team partner, making his Monday Night Raw debut, Scotland's own Noam Dar!
What an ovation for Noam Dar! At 23 years old this summer, he was the youngest participant in the Cruiserweight Classic that took the WWE Network by storm. The young man, he was born in Tel Aviv, and at 5 years old, he moved here to Scotland, and it's become his adopted home.
Listen to this ovation. This is unbelievable. I have goosebumps right now.
Noam Dar's mom's in the crowd here tonight, friends, family members. What a moment for Noam Dar to make his debut in his home country.
You can all thank the Brian Kendrick for bringing him along.
So it's Kendrick and Dar to take on Rich Swann and Sin Cara in this Cruiserweight tag team matchup. And don't worry, if you love your Cruiserweights here exclusively on Monday Night Raw, they will stay right here, even when 205 Live gets underway in 3 weeks. Noam Dar is going to start things off against Rich Swann. Dar, not your typical Cruiserweight high flyer, Corey, that base style. He'll use the knee bar submission, which, of course, Kendrick is familiar with from TJ Perkins.
Are so technically gifted. True student of the game. Gets better. Throws new stuff at you every time you see him.
Oh, drop kick to Swan. Drop Swan to his knees. Cover by Dar. Hook of the leg. And a kick out.
To Noam Dar earlier on tonight, he told me, I've got butterflies in my stomach. I got nerves going nuts making my debut in my home country. But so far, it looks smooth.
Say, you couldn't tell, Byron. Off to a great start. Back into the corner now. Tag made to Sin Cara. And Sin Cara, that forearm to start things off. Noam Dar set over the top rope into the floor. And this in Sin Cara's wheelhouse.
Not somewhere you want to be. Tope Suicida by Sin Cara, taking out the Cruiserweight champion.
Sin Cara said that he feels like being part of the Cruiserweight division has given him a new lease on life here in WWE.
And look at Brian Kendrick. Notice the referee was dealing with Swan, and Kendrick took control. It's Kendrick and Dar looking to end this matchup here live on Raw. We're back on Monday Night Raw Cruiserweight Tag Team action. The Cruiserweight champion Brian Kendrick teaming with the newcomer Noam Dar against Rich Swann and Sin Cara. Kendrick in control of Sin Cara. Into the corner, Kendrick makes the tag, and here comes Dar.
Interesting seeing how this team of Dar and Kendrick fare here. First time out.
So far, so good. Noam Dar is probably the most popular guy in Scotland tonight.
Cover and a kick out. Noam Dar, who grew up emulating Johnny Saint and Mark Rollerball Rocco, the European stars here in the ring, and also Eddie Guerrero.
I remember the first time I met Noam Dar, it was about 7 or 8 years ago in Wales. And I saw this kid in the locker room and said, who is this kid? What is he doing in the locker room? He's a child. Here we are now, the WWE Universe gets to find out what Noam Dar is all about.
Sin Cara trying to fight out of this predicament. Sin Cara, roll up here.
The power of Sin Cara.
Sin Cara, who is perhaps the strongest individual of the four in this matchup.
Maybe the strongest competitor in the Cruiserweight division, but I'll check his weight.
Right now, Sin Cara needs to check out a way to make a tag to Rich Swann.
And to Corey's point, in order to participate as a cruiserweight, you have to be 205 pounds or less.
Sin Cara's got to be pushing 220, 225. This
stop. Oh, and Rich Swann. Couple of big clotheslines.
And Swann does have a victory over Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, right here on Monday Night. Oh, man. Stomp right to the back. The ever vibrant Rich Swann. Oh. And Swann, Hurricane Rana sends Kendrick flying. And rolling through, little rolling thunder action into the splash. Here's the cover, and it's Noam Dar.
My God, Dar came in like
count.
a gunshot.
And out over the top rope.
Dar's about to get some company.
Sin Cara launching himself.
Senton all the way to the floor from Sin Cara. What a way to spoil Noam Dar's evening.
Oh, watch Swann.
They have him here. He got him. Swann's pinned the champion again.
Here are your winners, Sin Cara and Rich Swann.
Hey guys, Rich Swann has got to be closing down on a title opportunity at some point. 2 wins over the champ.
Cruiserweight champion beside himself.
I don't think anybody's got more momentum right now in this division than Rich Swann.
The party's underway for Swann and Sin Cara. Closing moments of the matchup.
Swann and Kendrick are isolated. And Swann took advantage of that opportunity once again, defeating Brian Kendrick. And I don't think there's any question. That's an express trip to the front of the line in the Cruiserweight division.
Listen good, kid. I did not lose that match. You did. Because Noam Dar, you are a loser. No, you listen. You lost at the Cruiserweight Classic because you don't got any talent. You lost here in your home country, mate, because you don't have any heart. This is close. No, most importantly, Sprout, you lost as my partner because you failed to recognize that I am the best cruiserweight in the world. You're just like TJ Perkins. You're always failing when it matters the most, kid. Because you are a disrespectful piece of move.
Oh, and what a cheap shot by Kendrick. What is he doing this for? Kendrick's out of touch with reality. That's the problem. By the way, newsflash, Kendrick's the one who lost the match.
What's wrong with Brian Kendrick's attitude? It served him very well.
Yeah, and he's going to get... Uh-oh, and Kendrick, though. And look at Dart. Oh, he's about to make Kendrick pay for it. And he did. Brian Kendrick set flying. What was Kendrick saying about Noam Dar having no heart or respect? Quite the homecoming for Noam Dar, considering the circumstances, here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Well, fantasy warfare just got real. In 2 weeks' time, the iconic WCW champion Goldberg takes on the beast Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. We'll take a
mega match.
We'll take a closer look at this matchup from Goldberg's point of view next.
We want to send a special thanks to The Weeknd for False Alarm, the official theme of WWE Survivor Series. It's off the album Starboy, available November 25th on iTunes and Spotify.
And the Survivor Series pay-per-view only on the WWE Network, just 2 weeks away, and the world cannot wait for the mega match. A mega match that looks at two men, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, two men who are explosive, who have been dominant, who have an unyielding competitive nature about them. This match is going to be talked about for years. It is the iconic Goldberg versus the beast Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. Right now, we'd like to take a look at this matchup from the point of view of Goldberg.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time, and you didn't forget.
We have never seen a man quite like this.
Who's next?
Who can stop him? And Bill Goldberg remains unbeaten.
The man.
56-0.
77.
Triple digits. More amazing by the victory.
The first undefeated man in the history of this sport to ever win the World Championship.
What intensity. Who can stop Goldberg?
Why, after 12 years, did I decide to come back to the WWE? First and foremost, I'm married and I have a little boy, and neither one experienced anything that Goldberg did in the ring.
The biggest thing that I miss is being a superhero for the kids all around the world. Then, Brock Lesnar challenged me to a fight.
In Suplex City, you're not Goldberg. You're next.
And I thought to myself, maybe I have one more ass-kicking left in me. I have one badass spear left in me. I have one last jackhammer in me.
Here's the one thing that unhinges my beast. Goldberg is still one up on Brock Lesnar.
Last match I had was with Brock, WrestleMania 20.
A genuine battle of the bulls. Downhammer! And Goldberg beats Lesnar!
I think it's fair as a competitor to give him a shot to even the score.
I find it very foolish of a man to pick a fight with Brock Lesnar. My message to his son and his wife, don't watch. Please don't watch.
When you are beaten, victimized, and conquered by Brock!
By Brock mentioning my wife and my son, that really pisses me off.
A spear to Heyman!
The ass kicking I was going to give him before has just been trumped by the ass kicking I'm going to give him now. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg at Survivor Series will be the farthest thing from fantasy. Brock Lesnar is an animal. But Brock Lesnar will be competing against an animal. I do believe when he sees me, he sees a little bit of himself. And I do the same. I truly believe that those fans have been clamoring for somebody to come out and kick Brock's ass, and I am the guy to do it. It's going to be hell. And he's going to have an opponent that enjoys it just as much, if not more, than he does. So you better be ready for that.
Brock Lesnar, not only does that mean that you're next, Brock Lesnar, you're last!
Thank you very much. And please extend my gratitude to my brothers Shane and Daniel Bryan, but unfortunately I can't be on SmackDown Live tomorrow night because I have a shareholders meeting back in the States. Yes, but I would love to extend the invitation for Shane and Daniel Bryan to join Team Red next week on Raw. Great. Okay, thank you. Sammy, hi.
That Shane there?
Yes, I mean, quite frankly, Shane doesn't have the guts to come on Raw and talk smack to my face, so he tries to invite me to SmackDown Live. I mean, can you believe the gall of my brother?
Oh.
Give me a break.
That's not why you called me in here, though, is it?
Oh, no, that's not why I called you in here. Thank you for reminding me. So, Sammy, I find your presence completely irritating. Your enthusiasm, your over-the-top rah-rah, your ska music, everything about it. And the fact that you must have just absolutely bothered Mick Foley to the point where he agreed to make you the one to accept Dolph Ziggler's open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series. I mean, it blows my mind.
I wouldn't say I badgered him. It was actually more his idea than mine.
I don't actually really care what you say or what you think, okay? And I'm tired of arguing with Mick about it. I think that spot belongs to Rusev. Right, so therefore, we're going to fix this the way we do things on Raw, and you are going to face Rusev right here tonight. The winner of that match will go on to face Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series. And let me say this, Sammy, whoever wins that match better bring the Intercontinental title back home.
Say no more. I got you.
Okay.
Two of my favorite people. Surprise me the least, actually.
But they are just not. Come up in the club, stacking them dumps and stuff in the bottle. I'm hot and sore. You talk like Monster.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And what it's up? Bada boom, realest guys in the room, how you doing?
Somebody calm Enzo down before he hurts himself.
Just feeling it. Living in the moment.
Team SmackDown Live at Survivor Series, Team Raw will prove that there's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T.
Somebody to bring an end to the nonsense.
Anderson and Gallows, of course, involved in that Twitter street fight last week on Halloween edition of Monday Night Raw.
A couple of guys who aren't sure when Halloween ends.
The Golden Truth.
the Swiss Superman Cesaro. Sheamus, all of these teams, part of the tag teams for the Survivor Series tag team matchup versus SmackDown Live in 2 weeks. And the captain of the team, the New Day, will address the Survivor Series squad next on Monday Night Raw.
NBC.
And WWE Survivor Series is presented by Hulu. Go to Hulu.com or download the app to start your free trial today.
And by Mattel's Then, Now, and Forever action figures. Available now only at Walmart.
Well, 4 of the teams going to be a part of the tag team elimination matchup in Survivor Series. In the ring right now.
You finished?
So, since our so-called team captains haven't bothered to show up, I would like to take this opportunity to step in and say, what a great Celtic country Ireland is!
Hey, Sheamus, listen. They like you here as much as they like you everywhere else. Not at all. Nobody likes you.
Look, I want to get something off my chest here. With those unicorn-wearing clowns as our tag team captains, Scotland have more chance of qualifying for a World Cup than we have of beating SmackDown Live at Survivor Series. That's so. You know Scotland's biggest pastime is standing in line for the gyro every week, right? That shuts you up real fast. So as I said, as captain of this team...
Oh, you're the captain?
That's right, I'm the captain.
I think I'm the captain. I think Scotland agrees.
I don't care what Scotland thinks. I'm the captain, and I've decided to make myself captain of Team Raw.
Hey, bro, the last thing you need to worry about is being the captain of any team.
You know, I gotta be honest with you here, I think there's other things that you should be worried about, not SmackDown, Team SmackDown Live. No, you should be scared of things, scared of things like, the sun.
How you doing?
Looking in the mirror.
How you doing?
All them little kids stealing your Lucky Charms. And, ultimately, probably, dying alone. That's a rough reality.
Yeah, that's harsh, dude. That is harsh.
That's funny, Roxy Nesbitt. And as for you, Lurch, I have no idea what you're laughing at because this little short-ass mullet-wearing fool made a show of you last week on Raw.
Hey, Don. Shut up, nerd. Or we're gonna smash you and your partner into one big Euro trash Siamese twin.
Ooh, wow. I just dropped my glasses when you said Euro trash, man. That was so creative. Why don't you just call me Swiss Miss or like bald? But here's something, if you really want to insult me, you should have told me I look like the third member of the club. And with Sheamus, you could have had a field day. I mean, you could have called him the Red Rooster. Did you just interrupt me?
Damn right I interrupted you.
Did you just interrupt me? Shame on you for interrupting me. Shame.
Hold up, guys. Take it easy. Let's just all take a deep.
Shut your gob! You know what? As far as I'm concerned, all of you can do a river dance because I've got my career to worry about and I'm not going down with this Titanic. So, as far as I'm concerned, count me out of this because I really, really hope you enjoy being humiliated by SmackDown Live at Survivor Series. Get out of the bleeding way, will you?
What are you doing?
Oh, Glasgow! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world famous two-time champs and feel the power!
What is this?
Oh my gosh!
I think Big E's dressed like Shrek.
Wait, hold on, man. Wait. I couldn't help but notice, were you just singing into the bagpipes? I thought you were going to play. What happened?
First of all, this is Francesca's Scottish cousin, Agnes. And second of all, it is so hard to play the bagpipes. I've been trying to make a noise on this thing all day. I have a brand new respect for the Scottish people.
Wow. You love Scotland. We do love Scotland.
We do love this place.
We do. And Sheamus, where are you going, man? What are you doing?
Shame on me, huh? Shame on all of you.
Hit me one more time and see what happens.
I'm leaving. And by the way, what the hell is this? Halloween was last week. Sheamus, you must have forgot. The New Day likes to have a good time. And we're also your WWE World Tag Team Champions! And we are also your team captains. Now, what we see in front of us is a legion of teams that is going to fight valiantly. I know, I lost it, it's fine. We see a group of teams that will fight valiantly with us at Survivor Series for the love and pride of Team Raw.
No. We're out too. That's right. Because with captains like you, we'll lose.
And you may lose. Run and you live.
I was gonna ask, like, what kind of Scottish accent that was.
Dude, Kof, he's killing it.
But I thought that he kind of sounded more like a pirate.
Aye. Now let him talk.
Okay.
At least for a while. And dying in your beds. Yes. Quite some time from now. Would you be willing to trade all the days? All the days.
I'm butchering a little bit. Yeah.
All the days for that. For one chance. Just one chance to come back here and tell SmackDown Live that they may take our lives. But they'll never take our freedom.
Hey, listen, I don't know what you've been, kind of stuff you guys have been smoking in those bagpipes, but I like it. And at Survivor Series, SmackDown is going down like a hole in the ground because the Certified G real estate agency is putting people in their place. How you doing?
Hey, you have such a brave heart. Oh, I get it now. Yes, Truth and I are with you. We're with you all the way.
Yes. On behalf of me and Sheamus, we're in.
Whoa. Since when do you speak for me? I'm the... Shut up! I'm the captain of this team. So, on behalf of this team, we're in.
Yeah!
But only because we still have one more shot at those tag team championships. And for the love of God, please, give it a rest of the Braveheart thing, will you?
Now, that only leaves you two. So, men.
Will you fight with us and Scotland?
Just so you know, you can wear your costumes. You can call yourselves the captains. But you're not in charge of us. No one is. And the first opportunity we get, we are going to stab each and every single one of you in the back. What? A grown man crying over a toy sword. This is exactly the problem. But don't worry, we'll handle SmackDown Live easily. Slater and Rhino, the Hype Bros, the other goofs who aren't even worth mentioning because they're exactly like you. A joke.
All right, so if we're jokes and we've beaten you multiple times and we are the champions of this division, my friend, pray tell, what does that make you?
Oh, got your ass! Got him!
You see, we knew that y'all were going to say something like that. We just knew it, which is why we requested a special match here tonight. And Stephanie McMahon has granted us a special match here tonight. Oh, but against who?
Against you! And with the power of positivity at Survivor Series, we will show the whole world that Team Raw rocks. Team Raw rocks. Team Raw rocks. Team Raw rocks.
Up next, The New Day versus Anderson and Gallows, and it happens on Monday Night Raw. And we are back on Monday Night Raw from Glasgow, Scotland. The tag team champions paying homage to Scotland, dressed in their Braveheart gear, taking on Anderson and Gallows.
They look like complete fools.
Hey, I thought the New Day did an admirable job of kind of trying to unify Team Raw.
Who do you think is William Wallace, Big E or Kofi?
I told you I thought Big E was Shrek.
Oh!
Same body type.
And Kofi, here's the cover on Anderson, hook to the leg, and a kick out. Either Gallows or Anderson get the Edward the First as Big E comes in off the tag. The New Day have been tag team champions for 442 days. The record, of course, held by Demolition at 478 days. New Day rapidly approaching the record.
Does it not scare you a little bit that Demolition, one of the most intimidating tag teams of all time, may have their record broken by a couple of fools who are dressed up like this?
Look, those couple
I'm the only one that's a problem with that.
Those couple of fools know how to win. Those couple of fools know how to coexist with each other. And they know how to have fun and entertain, which is what this is about here.
Like right now.
I tend to subscribe to Gallows and Anderson's theory on things. It's about beating people up and making money. Being mean and making green.
Well, Anderson and Gallows have been beating up the New Day recently, just have not been able to take the tag team titles. I think New Day fun to watch. Of course, dominating when they need to be. High elbow catches Anderson.
Here's the thing about the New Day. As successful as they've been for the last 442 days, they tell me, look, we still got a chip on our shoulder. We still act like we just made our debut last week here in WWE.
Big E was looking for the splash, and Anderson sent him through the second rope. Big E lands on the apron, catches it with an elbow, and now takes out Gallows. But Gallows with a big kick to the side of the face.
Long, long legs of Gallows coming into play, and a kick right in the mouth.
Speaking of legs, Big E's legs were like rubber after the kick from Gallows, and now Anderson looks to take control.
And watch this again. Big E thought he had,
look at his leg.
Gallows, boom, right there.
Now Anderson and Gallows take over. They talked about ending the fun in the tag team division, and that's what they're looking to do here. And what about Anderson and Gallows telling the rest of their team members for Survivor Series, we're going to stab you in the back when you're not looking?
I think if that sort of honesty isn't to be admired, I don't know what is.
I mean, come on, for one night, can't you put your pride away and allow Team Raw to pick up a win over SmackDown Live?
I think it comes down to the fact that because Anderson and Gallows have not been able to win the Raw Tag Team titles, they can't get over it. That aura of bitterness follows them wherever they go.
They're frustrated. It's driving them, Saxton. Take a look at this right now. Anderson and Gallows are in complete control of Big E.
SmackDown Live with a lot of young teams. Hype Bros, I should say, American Alpha, the Usos, and of course, the tag team champions, Rhino and Heath.
I would pay all the money in my bank account to watch Gallows kick Mojo Rawley in the skull.
It could happen.
I'm actually with you on that point, though, Corey.
And Gallows makes the tag to Anderson. Double team by Anderson, and Gallows cover. Hooks that big tree trunk-like leg of Big E, but a kick out. SmackDown Live still has to name one tag team. '30th Annual Survivor Series, 2 weeks away. The one time a year, Raw and SmackDown Live go at it. Oh, right to the knee. Anderson brings the big man down. Precision offense by Carl Anderson.
Right hands were just as precise, right to the eyebrow of Big E.
Tag. And now Gallows caught Big E again. One of those well-placed kicks. Now he drops the elbow.
The legs of Gallows are so long, he might as well throw those kicks from Edinburgh.
Think about the pressure that these two teams, hold on.
Cover on the champions and a kick out.
I'm still getting over what we heard earlier on tonight from Brock Lesnar saying that, you know what, to Bill Goldberg's kids, you shouldn't watch this. Your wife should not watch what I'm going to do to you at Survivor Series.
Again, just like Anderson and Gallows, just the case of a competitor being brutally honest.
Dangerous predicament here for Big E, trying to create some separation.
Oh, Gallows right in the face.
Separate your teeth from your jaw.
Then a cheap shot to Kofi, and Gallows. Oh, and Big E rolls out of the way. Gallows misses with the elbow. Now New Day will look to rally.
Big E's got to figure out where he is first. Now he knows. Here comes Kofi. Taking out Carl Anderson.
Kofi on fire here. There's a drop kick. The controlled frenzy of Kofi Kingston.
Moving well, killed it all.
Kofi. Little boom drop action. Maybe looking for trouble in paradise. We're going to put Anderson away. Anderson ducks underneath, however. Great balance by Kofi. Top rope cross body.
See you there, Gallows.
Oh, Kofi right in the face. Tag. Here's Big E.
It'll be the beginning of the end here for Gallows and Anderson.
They were looking for midnight hour, but Gallows.
Oh, another boot.
Now Kofi trying to figure out what to do here after his partner was taken out, so he goes right to Anderson. Spine buster.
A slight interruption there by Gallows allowed Anderson to deliver the spine buster.
Comes the tag to Big Gallows. The power. Oh!
The Magic Killer. Anderson and Gallows, guys, have just pinned the tag team champions.
Here are your winners, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Well, they made it pretty clear they're not about the team, they're about themselves. They pinned the tag team champs tonight, and they claim they'll stab the rest of the teams in their backs at Survivor Series. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but to knock off SmackDown Live, we're going to need Anderson and Gallows on the same page.
I couldn't be happier to have him on my team.
In truth, you and me, we're going to represent Team Raw. Right. But I want to talk to you. Think about it. The Usos. American Alpha. Right. Goldie. Heath Slater and Rhino. Goldie. What? I need to talk to you about that. Okay, cool. We were on the Raw Tag Team Survivor Series team. What? Okay, look. I want to surprise you, right? We've been teaming for a long time, dog. Yeah. Long time. We could use a vacation on. You know what I'm saying? We could use some R&R time. Kick back. So you know what I did? I traded our spot for a timeshare at the Shining Star Resort. You did what? We got a whole month, dog. Why didn't you tell me that when we were out there listening to the New Day's address? Come on, man. Thought it was such a great speech. I got lost in it. And they were dressed like the Game of Thrones. Great. So what? Go. You ain't seen nothing yet, dog. Check this out. Look at that.
Give me my glasses. I can't see. What does that say? What?
Dog, with our timeshare, we got an open view of the Caribbean sunset.
That's because there's no roof, man.
Right? Okay, what about this right here? All you can eat buffet. Get your tummy full, you know what I'm saying? Get to eat them.
That's all you can eat off of Jimmy Buffett. Come on, Truth, you knew how much this meant to me. Now I've got to go fix it and get our spot back. Thanks.
You're right. My bad. But we all love Jimmy Buffett.
He traded their spot in the Survivor Series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a mega matchup at Survivor Series in 2 weeks. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Coming up next, we'll take a closer look at this matchup. We heard from Goldberg earlier. Next, we hear from the Beast himself, Brock Lesnar. Scotland, we're at the SSC Hydro Arena. Capacity crowd sold out tonight for Monday Night Raw, and what gracious guests they've been to us in Scotland all weekend long. Hey everybody, Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, Corey Graves, and Byron, I know you're getting ready for Wednesday night.
Got goosebumps Wednesday night, the season finale of Total Bellas, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 Central on E!
And we're 2 weeks away from Survivor Series only on the WWE Network in the Mega Match.
I think Mega Match may be an understatement. Of course, I'm talking about the iconic Goldberg locking horns with the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. It's going to be unreal.
You know, earlier on tonight we heard Goldberg's view on this matchup. Now let's hear from the Beast himself, Brock Lesnar.
Fans all over the world buzzing about the video game and you being in it. Could there be an in-ring return for Goldberg as well?
You know, I've been preparing to answer for that question for 12 years. I would be remiss in saying that I don't owe Brock Lesnar a rematch. I was able to have my hand raised at the first meeting, and I think if I ever came back, I mean, that'd be the match.
So Bill Goldberg went on SportsCenter and said if he had one more match left in him, he would love to face Brock Lesnar. I've got a question for Bill Goldberg. Why in God's name would you issue yourself a death sentence?
I don't know, man. I beat him once.
Listen, WrestleMania 20, Madison Square Garden, I didn't give two about wrestling. I had unfinished athletic business to take care of.
The most decorated combat athlete of all time.
I have a 10-year-old boy. I got a wife who's never seen me wrestle. And it's just a blessing, man, to be able to get another opportunity to be that guy.
I just can't get past, if this man has a 10-year-old son and a wife at home, why he targets me. I find it very foolish of a man to pick a fight with Brock Lesnar.
The biggest thing that Goldberg gave me was the ability to be a superhero for kids. I want the ability to be that guy again.
Bill Goldberg can be whatever he wants to be. Hell, he can play himself on the video game. But there's only one ass kicker, and you're looking at him.
It's the fantasy world all over again. Everybody wanted Dwayne Johnson to be this real-life action hero until he stepped into the ring to the reality of Brock Lesnar, who was a rookie and sent The Rock back to Hollywood. Everybody wanted The Undertaker's streak to live forever. Wouldn't that have been nice? Then The Undertaker stepped into the ring at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar, and the reality came crashing down. Everybody wanted John Cena to be Super Cena. All the kids could look up to John Cena. He's Superman. John Cena ran up against the reality of the kryptonite that is Brock Lesnar. Everybody thought Randy Orton would be a superhero until he ran up against the reality and the sharp elbows of Brock Lesnar.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Goldberg's been out of the squared circle for 12 years. Really? It ain't gonna happen. So if you'd like to tune in at Survivor Series and watch Bill Goldberg get his ass kicked, subscribe to the network. This man is not gonna beat Brock Lesnar. I don't give a damn what his 10-year-old son's gonna think. I'm not gonna show any f***ing mercy on Bill Goldberg. My message to his son and his wife, don't watch. Please don't watch. Stay at home, and hopefully your husband returns. Hopefully.
Next week, Monday Night Raw live in Buffalo, and Goldberg and Brock Lesnar meet face to face in the same ring just a week before their Survivor Series showdown. It's live next week. Goldberg, Lesnar on Raw.
This Braun Strowman thinking he's throwing us around there. We're the co-captains of Team Raw. Yes. We should go in there and give him a piece of our mind, huh? You can hear it. Look, before we go in there, I think we need to have a little co-captains meeting here. See, look, come on, man. We're having enough issues with Roman and Rollins. You know, maybe if we get Braun on our side, we'll be unstoppable. And not just at Survivor Series. I mean, we could use them all the time. Yeah. Hold that thought. What? Oh, Chris. Hey! Got a bone to pick with you, Strowman. You think you are throwing us around there like that? You know what happens to people that throw Chris Jericho around? Huh? Do you know what happens? I think what Chris is trying to say is, look, we're a team, right? We're a team.
What are you going to do, Chris? Put me on that little list of yours again?
It is not a little list. You stupendous athlete, great athlete, giant person who moves around like a man half his size. That's why we're glad to have you on the team, right? And I think what Chris is trying to get at is that even though we're not officially a team until Survivor Series, well, we think that Team Kevin and Chris and Braun, well, we think that sounds pretty great. Yeah? Right? Right, Chris? How good does that sound?
Yes.
There you go.
Team Chris and Kevin and Braun sounds delightful.
Delightful, he said. Oh, he's still.
Are you in?
No, just let him. Oh. You in, right?
I'm on Team Braun.
This team ain't
Premiering soon, guys. I'd wait forever for Emelina.
Golden Truth getting in the mood because a lot at stake in this matchup. We'll tell you the story in a moment.
The shining star of the Caribbean.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Taking their way to the ring from San Juan, Puerto Rico, at a combined weight of 440 pounds, Primo and Epico, the shining star.
So Primo and Epico conned R-Truth into giving up his team's spot on the Survivor Series tag team for the elimination matchup by offering him a timeshare at the big resort in the Caribbean.
Who are you to say what's a con, Cole? They outsmarted him. That's not a crime.
Nonetheless, Goldust was able to get Stephanie McMahon to agree to this matchup tonight, where the winning team will be the final team added to the tag team at Survivor Series.
Goldust still can't believe R-Truth sold away their spot.
Sold. That's a nice way of saying it. I mean, yeah. Who's to say that wasn't a great decision? I think R-Truth might have made out like a bandit in that situation.
Come on. And it's R-Truth starting things off against Epico in this tag team matchup. There's a hip toss by R-Truth.
Byron, so you trying to tell me you would rather risk the possibility of being suplexed by Jason Jordan than spend a week in Puerto Rico?
I would rather have the pride of the opportunity to defend Team Raw, yeah.
Here's a cover by R-Truth. Hook to the leg and a kick out.
I knew it was a jet lag that got to R-Truth.
So get back to this whole conning thing. You don't think when the Shining Stars are trying to get rid of those, unreal Rolexes that wasn't a con?
Doing what they've got to do to make some dollars on the side. There's nothing wrong with planning for your future.
Yeah. I'd rather sleep for 24 hours on a bed of nails and take one of those timeshares.
Byron, what are you talking about? You sleep in a race car bed.
You've never seen my bed.
And Primo to the back of the neck. And Primo and Epico, the Shining Stars, in control.
Beautiful diving senton.
Primo and Epico. There's one thing that's about Primo and Epico, and that's consistency. That's continuity. I mean, two guys who grew up together as cousins, know each other extremely well.
Double team. Here's Epico. Cover on R-Truth and a kick out.
I always think about the other teams that potentially the Shining Stars are teaming up with. There's Anderson and Gallows, who weren't shy about the fact that they could stab their fellow Raw teams in the back. Obviously, Enzo Amore and Big Cass. The New Day, the team captains. And of course, think about the other side. The SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, Heath Slater and Rhino. The Usos, the Hype Bros, American Alpha.
And one team to be named for SmackDown Live. Sent there by Primo on R-Truth.
Let's be perfectly honest, though. SmackDown Live's tag team division can compare in absolutely no way to the Raw division.
I agree. Let's hope that holds up come Survivor Series, especially with Anderson and Gallows not looking like they want to play as a good teammate.
In the meantime, R-Truth here. Fight to earn that opportunity to compete at Survivor Series.
Tag was made. Double team by the Shining Stars, and Truth seen Stars. Here's the cover. Is enough to put Truth away. Almost had him in a 2 count.
I'm thinking about the frustration for Goldust, thinking he's going on to Survivor Series, having the opportunity to defend Team Raw. And watch this again. Double team. That opportunity slips away as R-Truth had a weak moment.
Got another opportunity here in this matchup. Epico, trash talking R-Truth. And again, slowing down the pace in this match for the Shining Stars.
No question, all those teams over at SmackDown Live have a vested interest in this match, paying close attention to see who comes out the victor. Meantime, Epico's been doing a number on Truth. Oh! Change of plans.
And Truth needs to try to get to Goldust to make a tag here. Epico trying to get to Primo. Tag made. Here comes Primo. And here comes Goldust. And a veteran Goldust with a couple of clotheslines.
Goldust trying to turn this match around for the Golden Truth.
Classic Goldust there. Inverted atomic drop.
Well scouted.
Running Bulldog.
Epico, Primo down. Goldust feeling it.
No idea how Goldust does it. Seems to defy time and logic. He seems to get faster as he gets older.
And just an incredible athlete. Kept himself in great shape. Primo planted off the spine buster.
Celebrating 21 years since his original WWE debut.
He should reward himself maybe with a trip to Puerto Rico.
Get that brochure out of here.
I think Goldust would really enjoy some highlight.
That's what Goldust thinks of the timeshare. At the resort there, Truth gets involved.
Watch out from behind.
From behind, Primo rolling up Goldust. And he's using the ropes and picks up the win.
Here are your winners, the Shining Stars.
So the Shining Stars celebrate because they are now part of Team Raw.
Shining Stars not only stole this match, but stole the opportunity to compete at Survivor Series.
And here's a look at the teams for Team Raw and Team SmackDown Live in the 10-on-10 Tag Team Elimination matchup at Survivor Series. What do you think, guys? You like our chances?
I love our chances.
I like our chances for the singles division as well. That is, if it doesn't implode first tonight. Every man for himself, a fatal 5-way match. All 5 competitors that represent Team Raw will do battle later on tonight.
And who's going to represent Team Raw when they take on Team SmackDown Live in the women's elimination matchup? Charlotte, Bayley, and Nia Jax already part of the team. 2 members will still be named, and I have the honor to do that next live on Raw.
Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, you know what? Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon laid out the invite to SmackDown Live Commissioner Shane McMahon and General Manager Daniel Bryan show up live next Monday night. The question is, will they be here? I hope they show up and face Team Raw.
Ladies and gentlemen, fantasy warfare gets real in 2 weeks at the 30th annual Survivor Series when Team Raw takes on Team SmackDown Live. Now, in these elimination matchups, you're eliminated a number of ways, via pinfall, submission, disqualification, or countout. Once you're eliminated, you head back to the locker room. That continues until all members of one team are eliminated. And this could lead to some interesting scenarios. It could be 4-on-2, 2-on-2, 1-on-1, even a 5-on-1 situation. Well, now it is time to introduce the members of Team Raw, the women's team, led by the captain and the Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte.
Stand up, Byron.
I got a cramp.
Show the queen the proper respect.
Well, the self-proclaimed queen is in fact the now 3-time women's champion.
Charlotte's a queen. She's a women's champion. She's the team captain. Is there anything that this woman can't do, Byron? I might write her in on my ballot tomorrow.
Well, let's see if she can unify the team. Whether like her or not, though, I am more than happy to have Charlotte on Team Raw.
Charlotte, congratulations on an historic week last week. You stepped inside Hell in a Cell and won the Women's Championship, and now you've been named the captain of Team Raw.
Michael, I was born a leader. And if Becky Lynch or Nikki Bella or the rest of the SmackDown peasants think that they're gonna steal my spotlight at Survivor Series, they can just keep drinking the blue Kool-Aid.
The second member of Team Raw is perhaps one of the most physically dominating superstars in the history of WWE. Please welcome Nia Jax.
Jackson, I don't know about you, but I love our chances come Survivor Series. Genetic superiority in Charlotte and physical dominance personified in Nia Jax.
Say physical dominance, I'll say unstoppable. I mean, can you imagine what would happen if Nia Jax got her hands on Nikki Bella at Survivor Series?
I hope it happens.
This is a woman who commands attention wherever she goes.
Nia, we saw last week right here on Monday Night Raw how dominant you can be for your team.
Yes, you really were so impressive. I mean, she really did show our weakest link. That weakness will not be tolerated.
Let's get one thing clear here, Captain. What I do and when I do it is my own business. You might be the leader, but I don't work for you.
Okay, we can introduce our next team member.
And that team member would be a former champion and someone who will bring a veteran presence to Team Raw. Please welcome Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox brings nearly 10 years of experience here in WWE. She's seen it come and go.
Invaluable experience to have that sort of veteran presence on a team can only fortify the team, make it stronger.
Absolutely.
Alicia, we all know that you've had your differences with Nia Jax in the past. Are you going to be able to be civil at Survivor Series, or will this turn into a civil war?
Michael, if my girl Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt can be civil, like during a divorce, as divorced parents, then I'm pretty sure Nia and I can be civil at Survivor Series. The thing is, the name of the game is survival, and Team Raw is a survivor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth member of Team Raw at Survivor Series. Well, she's a hugger, and she has a connection with the WWE Universe unlike anything I've ever seen. Please welcome Bayley.
That's what I'm talking about.
You won't stand up for Queen Charlotte, but you get all excited about Bayley. I don't get it, Saxton.
Of course, hands up for Hug Life. Charlotte called Bayley the weakest link, but I tell you what, with Bayley, you know she's not going to stop fighting. She's not going to turn away. She'll never back down.
Glad to see her inflatable people. Oh, no.
Yeah!
I was hoping they got confiscated at customs.
The wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tooth man are here. They made it to Scotland, Corey.
I wish you'd go home, Byron. Be honest, Byron. How jealous of Cole are you right now?
Maybe a little bit.
First of all, Charlotte, you may think I'm a weak link, but in 2 weeks at Survivor Series, I will prove you wrong. You know I'll be your girl, Glasgow. You guys are amazing. I'm so excited to be here, and I am so excited to be. I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited to be on Survivor Series that I've been watching. I promise. But I want to tell you how excited I am because Survivor Series, I've been watching all the shows. This is insane because Survivor Series, it could come down to me versus Alexa Bliss. Me versus Becky Lynch. She likes Becky Lynch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Charlotte, at Survivor Series, it could even come down to you and me against Nikki Bella and Carmella. You never know what's going to happen, but I do know one thing, that if Team Raw is going to dominate at Survivor Series, we're going to have to work together.
And there is one more member of this team. One more member.
Allow me the honor. Thank you.
All hail your queen! What are you even saying? These accents are terrible. What are you even saying? So the next woman, and I will never forget this. So, the next woman
because she's who made the women's revolution. This woman made me a better champion. This woman made me a better person. And this woman is the 5th member of our team, Dana Brooke.
It looks like the proud protege of our women's champion will round things out at Survivor Series.
Not where I thought she was going, but I trust the Queen's judgment. Certainly shut this crowd up.
They are opinionated here in Glasgow.
Yes, that's the 5th member. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, no disrespect to Miss Brooke, but we all know that Miss Brooke is not the 5th member of the Survivor Series team.
Yes, she is.
The 5th member is this woman.
Step aside, Dana Brooke. The boss is here.
I thought our chances were strong with Dana Brooke. I'm not going to lie, Saxton. I think it's just about a guarantee that our women's division beats SmackDown Lives.
Last time we saw Sasha Banks, she came within a hair of defeating, or I should say, retaining the women's championship from Charlotte.
Oh, Sasha, I'm so sorry. I figured after all the injuries that you sustained at Hell in a Cell that you wouldn't make it to Survivor Series. That's why as Raw's team captain, I made my protege an alternate. I didn't even think of you.
I'm sorry, Charlotte. I can't really hear you over this music. Listen, I don't need an alternate because it's going to take a lot more than a couple of tables. Will you be my girl? Whoa! That's right. Thank you. You see, Charlotte, you may think you're the best, but you know just as much as I know that you need the boss on Team Raw so you don't have SmackDown win, huh?
Oh, you think I need the boss? Sweetie, the only thing that you were left with was swagger phonier than Lindsay Lohan's latest accent. I've proven that I'm the best. Yes, I have. See, here's the thing, Sasha. You're not the boss anymore. After I made history at Hell in a Cell, the world is a different place.
Actually,
you're gonna listen to me. The new reality.
The boss, baby.
How about you ask Nia Jax if she thinks you're her boss? Go ahead, ask her.
And there's your look at the women's team for Survivor Series. Raw action rolls on next. And we have an impromptu women's tag team matchup here tonight. Matchup made during the commercial break by Commissioner Stephanie McMahon. Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Alicia Fox on one side. Charlotte, Nia Jax, and Dana Brooke on the other. And this is Nia and Bayley, a rematch from last week's Monday Night Raw.
We remember what happened last week. Physical dominance from Nia Jax. I think we're going to see more of the same.
And Bayley trying to bring Nia down, trying to work on her leg. And Nia showing the power and the strength, which will make her a very formidable foe for the SmackDown Live team in 2 weeks at Survivor Series. And here comes the former champion and the veteran, Alicia Fox.
Oh, we remember the history between Nia and Alicia. Who could forget the visual of Nia Jax swinging Alicia Fox by her hair into the wall outside of the ring?
And as I asked Alicia in the ring, you know, you got to put your differences aside for that one night. She said she could do that. because it's about surviving as Nia dominates early.
Let's be perfectly honest. There's a good chance that Dana Brooke may be needed as an alternate because Nia might destroy somebody on the team.
Charlotte in off the tag. Here's the women's champion.
So Charlotte was hoping that, well, as she put it,
kicked out by Fox.
Dana Brooke would serve as the alternate for Sasha Banks.
Well, Team SmackDown Live as a coach in Natalya. Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Women's Champion on that team, along with Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, and Nikki Bella. Pretty formidable team over there, I have to admit. And I still like our chances when you figure Nia into the mix. And Alicia, Northern Lights suplex, and it was kick out by Charlotte.
Figure Nia into the mix along with two of the top female superstars ever in WWE, Sasha Banks and Charlotte, who make history every time they step in a ring together. Bayley, who's been on a roll lately. I think our chance
double team
just short of a certainty at this point.
Charlotte makes the tag, wanting nothing to do with Sasha, especially after what those two went through 8 nights ago inside Hell in a Cell, making history. First women ever to step foot in that structure, and what a match it was.
You can see Sasha sporting that kinesio tape, wearing the wounds of battle from Hell in a Cell. Yeah, but look at Charlotte, the women's champion. There's not a strip of kinesio tape on her. She's in tip-top condition.
I'm sure she's hurting, though, Corey, after the battle they went through. Sasha off the drop kick. The boss, Sasha Banks.
Nia trying to gather the troops. Watch out!
And now a triple team to Nia, and she didn't move her.
Bad idea, ladies. Nia was shocked. Nia was just drop kicked in the back by 3 superstars and it didn't even register. Completely disregarded it.
Now Dana Brooke back into the ring, and Sasha Banks goes to work. Big armbar by Sasha here.
And of course, Dana Brooke has had her issues with Sasha Banks over the last couple months.
Raucous crowd sold out here tonight in Glasgow. Sasha Banks rolling her up, and kick out at 2 by Dana.
Sasha Banks so talented in the ring. You notice how she never let go of Dana Brooke's arm. She applied the cradle, never broke the hold.
Dana Brooke backs Sasha into the corner, and Nia Jax makes the tag. We're in Glasgow tonight for Raw. Of course, the Raw Superstars in the midst of a 2-week European tour.
That's one way to attack Nia. Take out one of those legs.
Oh, man! Talk about a collision. Nia Jax ran through Sasha Banks. And our tag team action continues. Guys, we're back on Monday Night Raw. Dana Brooke, Charlotte, and Nia Jax in control of Alicia Fox, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. Sasha hasn't been the same, guys, since Nia Jax ran her over right here before the commercial.
I don't think there's anybody on the planet who would be the same after experiencing that. And that's another example as to why Nia Jax is a difference maker. Nia Jax can immediately change the tempo of any match.
Well, you know, Dana Brooke, she's got a chip on her shoulder tonight. Not being a part of the Survivor Series team, it's got to upset her. She has something to prove here. Sasha trying to fight back.
Very, very little
Nia's
effect.
just so big.
Big, dominant, frightening.
Charlotte again makes the tag, and Charlotte goes to work on the boss. What a rivalry these two have had this year. Charlotte and Sasha. Tell you what, before it's all said and done, it's going to go down in history as one of the great rivalries in WWE. I truly believe that.
Charlotte so smart in between the ropes, targeting the injured back of the boss, driving those sharp knees to the spine, now locking in a straitjacket submission. That's why she's the women's champion on Raw.
Think about the abuse Sasha took inside Hell in a Cell. Slammed out the table a couple of times at the end of that matchup. Cheap shot by Charlotte. And Charlotte really has an issue with Bayley. She can't get over the fact that Bayley is extremely popular with the WWE Universe.
Charlotte is out here as the Raw Women's Champion, the team captain, and she was trying to make a statement. And these disrespectful fans wouldn't let her speak because they were singing for Bayley. I have a problem with them, too.
The thing, though, is Charlotte and Bayley have a long history together. I mean, they used to be real good friends, Corey, and now it's come down to this, and it's because Charlotte is all about herself. No mistake about it. Cares about no one but herself.
Charlotte will say herself. She believes everyone else falls in second place. So the moment someone starts to threaten that, whether it's a Bayley, whether it's a Sasha, immediately Charlotte's got to find a reason to push him back down.
Sasha almost there.
That's called championship mentality. That's what you need to do to be a champion.
Oh, and Sasha just sent Charlotte into Dana, and it gives Sasha an opening, trying to make it to the corner. Charlotte trying to prevent her from making the tag. Handful of hair. Elbow to the face.
Still holding on.
And Charlotte, Sasha,
on a roll.
Has her hair, could be enough. Kick out at 2. Tag! Here comes Bayley! Fired up! You gotta love her enthusiasm. Cross body.
And Bayley's not looking like the weakest link now. He's dominating the champ.
I think it's only in Charlotte's head that Bayley is the weakest link. I don't think you're gonna hear that from anybody else. Oof. Bayley planning Charlotte out of the Vipers playbook. Shoulder to the gut.
Oh, round and round we go. Elbow on the mark.
Oh, and the elbow again caught Charlotte. Will she pin the women's champion in this tag team match? Dana Brooke helping out her mentor.
Nice
oh
shot
man,
by the
Bayley hit the ropes hard. Now Alicia Fox getting involved. Bayley's hurt. She just got stepped on as Dana was tossed through the ring.
She was launched headfirst into the middle turnbuckle. There's all sorts of chaos going down, and Bayley's on the wrong end.
The official was checking on her. Break a nose going into the rope as hard as she did. Now Nia turns her attention to Alicia. Alicia Fox into the turnbuckle. What an impressive human being.
Sometimes I think Nia Jax is just placed on this earth to hurt people.
But it's boss time. Double knees. Oh no! Wow. Charlotte just took out her teammate.
That's not good.
And
right to the bad back again. Bayley! Bayley to Bayley! Cover! Bayley's pinned the champion! Who's the weak link now?
Here are your winners, Alicia Fox, Sasha Banks, and Bayley!
What a win!
Yeah, Bayley just told Charlotte, not only am I not the weak link, I belong on Team Raw.
How do you guys know it hasn't been a motivational tactic by Charlotte all along? She wanted Bayley to step up her game to fortify the team.
Let's take a look at this absolute dominance with Nia Jax.
Unreal.
Scary.
Yeah, Nia wasn't done there either. Watch this.
Alicia
steam ahead.
Fox completely taken out by Nia Jax. But here is what would topple Nia. A boot. A missed boot by the Queen.
Yeah, that would open up for this. A little Bayley to belly. And Bayley pins the Raw Women's Champion in the middle of the ring.
And the teams are set. 2 weeks away. The 30th annual Survivor Series. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown live in the 5-on-5 women's elimination matchup. Pretty impressive team.
Very.
Excuse me, Seth. Many people were surprised to see you join Team Raw. Why did you join the team considering all of the animosity between you, Stephanie McMahon, Kevin Owens,
Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, and pretty much everyone else in the locker room? Because I know you're new here, Charlie, but in case you haven't figured it out, not too many people like me around here. It's okay, because I don't really like them either. And as for why I joined Team Raw, well, let's just say I was promised some future opportunities if I did, and, you know, I am a... Hello?
I wouldn't worry about your future opportunities, Seth. Because tonight, you might not have a future when I'm done. I've never liked you. I'm gonna snap you in half like a twig.
Wow. One more person who doesn't like me. Sounds like a party.
Well, it is every man for himself. The fatal 5-way. Our main event still to come tonight.
Yeah, and still to come, a high-stakes opportunity with Survivor Series implications. Sami Zayn takes on Rusev. The winner will go on to Survivor Series to challenge Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. That match is next.
Series.
Fortunately, I still have the curse of Saxton.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Ravishing Russian, Lana!
Thank you, but I don't need the support of this pathetic village. I ask you, America, to stand up. And welcome your true hero, the man that will bring the Intercontinental Championship to Raw. He is my husband, which means he is the only man that can have me. Welcome, the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev!
Rusev Udria, Rusev Machka.
Well, we are in Scotland tonight. This is Glasgow, and a huge opportunity for Rusev.
When you're as successful and beautiful as Lana is, you don't need to worry about geography. You are wherever you feel like being.
And tonight, Monday Night Raw is brought to you by Popeyes Hush Puppy Butterfly Shrimp for a limited time.
Big match here tonight for Rusev. A lot on the line, Byron.
Rusev knows what's ahead. He understands he's got the opportunity to bring the Intercontinental Championship from SmackDown Live to Raw.
I honestly can't believe Rusev even has to compete in this match. I think he should have been just given the opportunity. Rusev as Intercontinental Champion is just right.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing 212 pounds, Sami Zayn.
I gotta be honest with you, I think Sami Zayn bringing the Intercontinental Championship to Raw would be just right, Corey.
Just like the rest of the Chief here in Glasgow. Believe it because somebody's singing a song. The people here like Sami Zayn. It doesn't mean it's best for business. It's not the right decision.
It's more than that. It's the passion that Sami Zayn brings. It's his desire. Every single time you see him, you know Sami Zayn gives you his heart.
Listen, I'm passionate about baseball. That doesn't mean the Chicago Cubs are going to sign me to a contract. Just because you love something doesn't mean you're the best at it.
It was on SmackDown Live last week that Dolph Ziggler, the current Intercontinental Champion, made the challenge to take on any Raw superstar at Survivor Series. It'll be one of these two men, Rusev or Sami Zayn, and Rusev out of the box quickly.
Rusev agrees. Rusev doesn't believe he should be competing in this match. He should just be moving on to Survivor Series.
Okay, cry over spilt milk. Win the match, earn the opportunity, go on to Survivor Series.
Rusev, a former two-time United States champion. Here's the cover on Sami and a kick out by the former NXT champion.
Let's think about the added pressure. We heard Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon say, you better win the Intercontinental Championship from Dolph Ziggler, whether it's Rusev or Sami Zayn.
Remember, the Intercontinental Championship went over to SmackDown Live during the brand extension draft back in July. Raw drafted Rusev, who was then the United States champion.
Rusev's always in a constant state of irritation. Angry at the world.
Oh, it's Zayn. Hung up by Rusev. Here's the cover. Hook to the leg isn't enough to advance to Survivor Series and a kick out.
It has been all Rusev thus far, bringing the fight to Sami Zayn.
And that's the thing, when Rusev is honed in, when Rusev is focused, he is relentless in his attack.
Shoulder to the gut of Rusev. Sami lands on his feet. There's a drop kick. No secret that Sami Zayn has been lobbying for the opportunity at Dolph. He could get it, but he needs to beat Rusev in this match here on Raw. And we are back on Monday Night Raw. Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute, in control of Sami Zayn. We'll show you how it happened.
Yeah, here's some of that power and dominance from Rusev that has allowed him to maintain control in this match.
Remember what's at stake. The winner advances to Survivor Series in 2 weeks to meet SmackDown Live's Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, you can almost sense the frustration that Sami Zayn just won't stay down.
As we all know, there's no quit in Sami Zayn. The guy doesn't know the meaning of the word. That said, it's not always a great decision to keep fighting.
Yeah, but one of the reasons he's been so successful over the years. Sami Zayn, though, in deep, deep trouble. Rusev looking to use his words, crush.
We brought up before the break how Sami was lobbying for this opportunity to challenge Dolph. I guarantee you, knowing Sami the way I do, the moment he heard the open challenge from Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown Live, he sat up in his chair and said, that opportunity is mine.
And he started pandering to Mick Foley and calling him and texting him and tweeting him. We all know how much our general manager loves Twitter. Sami Zayn went right for it.
Gotta be a go-getter in life. Go after what you want.
And now Sami He's got Rusev where he wants him. This is in Sammy's wheelhouse here.
Sami Zayn about to take flight.
And Sami over the top rope. Rusev taken out. Sami Zayn would love to represent Raw at Survivor Series in Toronto, town where he spent much of his adult life, as Sami launches himself over the top rope.
Zayn knows he's got Rusev reeling.
Crossbody, lateral press to get to Survivor Series. Rusev kicks out. And Sami's got Rusev in trouble here.
And the important thing, though, Sami's got to stay on Rusev. You cannot allow Rusev any recovery time.
Oh, look at how Rusev just turned that into a brutal headlock.
Squeezing the skull of Sami. Does Sami have enough power to get Rusev up? I don't think so.
Oh, did you hear that?
Oh, goodness.
That's got to be enough. Zayn's got to be out. And somehow at 2.5, Zayn able to get the shoulder up.
That might have been pure instinct from Sami Zayn. See Rusev breathing hard, favoring his midsection. Watch this kick again. Bang! Lights out Sami Zayn. I gotta wonder if Rusev suffered some sort of rib injury or sternum.
Zayn has no idea where he's at. Rusev looking to put Sami away. Ducks out of the way. Rusev collides with the top turnbuckle.
Oh, Zayn knows where he's at now.
Looking for the Haluma kick, and he runs into a kick of Rusev's. Stopping him in his tracks. And again, Sami Zayn stays alive.
Again, you talked about why do people support Sami Zayn. Corey, you're saying it right here. That competitive nature, that never say die attitude. The ability to absorb so much punishment. Maybe you should support somebody with a proven track record of success, like Rusev, who could very well be Intercontinental Champion in a few weeks right here on Raw.
Rusev up top. Took too much time. And Zayn caught him. Rusev falling off the top rope. Sami Zayn's opening to advance to Survivor Series. Got him. Sami Zayn with the win.
Here is your winner, Sami Zayn.
Well, how about that? All the pestering, all the bothering Sami Zayn did of General Manager Mick Foley lobbing for a chance. Now Sami Zayn will go on to Survivor Series and challenge SmackDown Live Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship.
That was an upset as far as I'm concerned.
Sami Zayn pulling it out. And in 2 weeks at Survivor Series, Zayn will be meeting Ziggler because of this.
Unfamiliar territory, and the Haluma kick delivered to Rusev, who is perched on the top rope. And Sami Zayn secures his trip to Survivor Series.
Fantasy warfare, Corey, just got real.
The Intercontinental Championship will be up for grabs. Dolph Ziggler from SmackDown Live defends against the man we just saw, the underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. It's going to go down in Survivor Series.
Wait for this matchup.
One more look at this. Oh, right there.
Haluma kick to Rusev. If he hits an Haluma kick at Survivor Series, guess what? The Intercontinental title is coming up Monday nights.
Come on, Sami, you got this.
Speaking of Survivor Series, Team Raw. Well, it won't be much of a team tonight. It's going to be every man for himself. It's a fatal five-way match. Strowman, Jericho, Owens, Reigns, and Rollins. And it's coming up next.
Wednesday on E!
We are in Glasgow, and that is the Duke of Wellington statue at the Gallery of Modern Art. Yes, that is a traffic cone on his head. There is a long legend of why that happened, but nonetheless, Monday Night Raw is here live, and we are sold out tonight. But we are looking forward to next week, live in Buffalo, because Monday Night Raw will have Goldberg and Brock Lesnar face-to-face live in the same ring just 1 week before their Survivor Series showdown. What a matchup face-to-face next week.
Here's what I'm curious about. We heard Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon deliver the invite. I want to know if SmackDown Live Commissioner Shane McMahon and SmackDown Live General Manager Daniel Bryan will accept and show up here live next Monday night on Raw.
Of course they will. They want to show up to Raw and learn how to do things the right way.
It's main event time.
The following contest is a fatal five-way match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Davenport, Iowa, weighing 217 pounds, Seth Rollins.
And we learned earlier tonight that Seth Rollins will be the 5th member of Team Raw, the men's team. as they get set to take on SmackDown Live in 2 weeks at Survivor Series. What's interesting about this, we take a look at the matchup at Survivor Series. Corey, is considering the history between Seth Rollins and Stephanie McMahon, it's sort of odd, I think, that Stephanie named Seth to the team. Maybe Seth Rollins got a side deal with her, perhaps for a future championship opportunity.
Well, you heard Rollins say later he didn't specify what the opportunity was, but he alluded to something. Seth Rollins is the architect. He's a smart man. He's not doing this for free.
Next, weighing 385 pounds, Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman said in an interview last week that it was great pleasure taking out everyone on Raw. It's going to be even more satisfying to take out everybody on SmackDown Live.
What I want to know is what is going through Stephanie McMahon's head when she put Braun Strowman into this match, knowing full well that Braun could physically decimate the entire Raw team.
You heard what Braun said earlier. There's only one team he's a member of, and that's Team Braun.
Yeah, he also told Seth Rollins to snap him like a twig.
From Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing 267 pounds, Chris Jericho.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw comes live to Buffalo, New York. It is the final Monday Night Raw before Survivor Series. Chris Jericho's already taking some barbs on Twitter at SmackDown Live. He called Daniel Bryan, the general manager of SmackDown Live, a, quote, stupid idiot for picking Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin to his team.
That means Bryan's on the list?
From Manitoba, Quebec, Canada, weighing 266 pounds, he's the WWE Universal Champion, Kevin Owens.
You know, Corey, we said this at the top of the night tonight, but can you imagine Owens, the Universal Champion, squaring off with the WWE World Champion AJ Styles at Survivor Series? That match could come down to those two men.
It could come down to Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, a personal dream match of mine. Braun Strowman and Randy Orton. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
How about Braun Strowman and his former mentor, Bray Wyatt?
That's what I'd pay to see. While we're making fantasy matchups, what about Braun Strowman and the lone wolf from SmackDown Live, Baron Corbin?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Big Titans going at it.
And from Pensacola, Florida, weighing 265 pounds, he's the United States Champion, Roman Reigns.
One of Roman's best friends in the entire world is going to be on Team SmackDown Live. That's Dean Ambrose.
Friendships don't matter at Survivor Series. It's all about representing Team Raw, and I guarantee you Roman Reigns is going to represent.
Hey, you know, Roman and Bray Wyatt had a fierce rivalry last year. That could be renewed at Survivor Series. And then, you know, they got this thing going on over there on SmackDown Live, guys. And Randy Orton, is he part of the Wyatt family now? And Orton and Bray together in the same match?
That just goes to show you, Cole, how Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are running things. One of the top stars in WWE history, Randy Orton, is having psychological breakdown issues on their show.
Hey, I'm surprised that Daniel Bryan didn't put his favorite, that James Ellsworth character, onto the Survivor Series.
I actually think you need a chin to be eligible to be in the Survivor Series.
So here we go. Every man for himself. Fatal five-way matchup. Jericho and Owens go right after Seth Rollins. Of course, Owens and Rollins with a long-standing rivalry the past few months. Now Jericho gets involved. And this leaves Braun and Roman in the ring. Got our own fantasy matchup right here tonight.
There aren't too many men on the planet that make the big dog look like an insignificant little puppy. Braun Strowman is that massive.
Look at Owens and Jericho, who were recruiting Braun Strowman into their team earlier, and that's what he has to say about that.
It didn't work earlier, guys. Why try it again?
Now Rollins again going at it outside the ring. Remember, fatal five-way match. First man to gain pinfall or submission wins. No disqualification, no countouts. Hence the reason for all these battles going on outside the ring.
An elbow to the throat from Strowman to Jericho might make Fozzy have to cancel their download tour this summer.
And again, Reigns and Braun. Reigns is not stepping back, neither is Strowman.
There they go.
And Roman Reigns with some right hands. Strowman shoving it back into the ropes. Reigns looking to use his quickness with Wayne Roman's clock.
That's pretty standard operating procedure for Braun Strowman.
Oh, no. Oh, what? Where did Seth Rollins get a kendo stick from?
Well, it's legal. No disqualification in this matchup, and he's taking it to Strowman. And that may be the one way to take down this mountain of a man.
I can't blame Seth at all. Do whatever you got to do against Braun.
Seth absolutely wore that kendo stick out on Braun Strowman, but Strowman is still standing.
Seth, uh-oh. Table time.
Pulling out all the stops here tonight. And Strowman from behind. Strowman has been dominant so far. This fatal five-way continues live on Raw. That's not good. Strowman's got a table. An incredible main event on Monday Night Raw. Fatal five-way action. Rollins and Strowman, Jericho, Owens, and Roman Reigns. And Seth Rollins just got pulled over.
That is scary speed from Braun Strowman. A man that size should not be able to move that fast.
Now Roman Reigns with a right hand to Strowman. And Reigns again trying to knock the big man down. Every man for him. Oh, face first.
Just manhandled by Braun Strowman.
I hope SmackDown Live is watching very carefully tonight. That's the ace of Team Raw.
Jericho just got a boot for his troubles from the top rope.
There's Kevin Owens. Good luck to you.
The diplomatic Kevin Owens.
Team, remember? Team Kevin, listen, Raw. I'm the champion. You calm down. I can get you.
And Owens now unloading with the right hand to Braun Strowman. WWE Universal Champion. Oh, what a clothesline.
Ouch. The abominable Strowman has officially leveled the rest of his team.
Hey, if I'm Daniel Bryan, if I'm Shane McMahon, you better have ice baths on standby for Team SmackDown Live.
Now all four men looking to take out Strowman, and this is the wisest strategy yet in this fatal five-way. And Strowman down to one knee. Strowman has exploded out of the pile.
That didn't work too well.
Not too smart, Chris. And now Roman in trouble as well. Oh, and a kick right to the face by Owens. Strowman another kick, but he's still on his feet. Seth Rollins on the top rope, caught him in the jaw. Strowman still standing up. The big dog with a Superman punch, and Strowman over the top rope into the floor.
Look at everything it took to knock Braun Strowman out of the ring. All four of these superstars, and here they go.
Remember, SmackDown Live, though, is not going to have an opportunity to go 5-on-1 with Strowman unless they eliminate the rest of the Raw team. Because in elimination matches, it's a tag team. Only two men in the ring at one time. Not the scenario we have here tonight.
With Braun Strowman on Team Raw, does that officially make it a handicap match for Team SmackDown Live?
Sling blade by Rollins. And now the two men who were as close as brothers, along with Dean Ambrose, part of the Shield.
Here we go.
They became bitter enemies. Find themselves on the same team again at Survivor Series.
Who would have ever imagined the day we'd have to see Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins be tag team partners again?
And again, another Superman punch. And now Seth Rollins. Suicide dive, driving Strowman into the barricade.
Rollins and Reigns uniting as a front against Strowman. They're going to have to. Everyone's going to have to. All of SmackDown Live is going to have to at Survivor Series.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Strowman's in trouble.
Yeah, Rollins and Reigns teeing off. Strowman trying to cover up. The big man being beat down. Rollins is calling for it.
No.
Oh. You know what this is?
Yes.
Oh, and Reigns and Rollins looked like they were going to pay ode to the Shield with a power bomb through the table, and it was broken up by Jericho and Owens.
Owens and Jericho playing spoiler.
Remember, it was Owens and Jericho at the beginning of the night telling their teammates, hey, just listen to us and you'll be fine at Survivor Series.
Now the best friends working together against Roman Reigns, who's fighting off the barricade. Man, Wild West style, fatal five-way action. Roman Reigns thinking off the steps. Strowman, Superman punch from Reigns. Now Kevin Owens and Jericho driving Reigns into the barricade.
The amount of havoc that Jericho and Owens have caused, the amount of damage they're doing to Roman Reigns. Again, this goes back to me questioning why Stephanie McMahon would make this match. We want Team Raw at 100% come Survivor Series.
I guess just, she mentioned to get all the aggression out tonight. Get on the same page. Oh, and Reigns just blasted into the steps.
Yeah, but I gotta kind of question, you know, you're seeing the punishment that Roman is taking right now. I mean, what kind of condition is he going to be in come Survivor Series?
Oh, boy. Ooh! And now mocking Reigns and Kevin Owens with a cannonball.
And that's why I'm the champ!
Yes, the WWE Universal Champion. Now with Reigns down and out, they turn their attention to Seth Rollins.
The next target in mind. Owens staring him down.
KO looking for a cannonball again. Rollins though met him. Face first into the barricade. Kick to Jericho's midsection.
Oh, up goes Jericho.
And Jericho! And through the table!
I guess that's one way to neutralize Strowman. Powerbomb.
And Jericho
through him.
Jericho's not moving. Braun is hurt. Owens struggling to make it to his feet.
Parts of that table littered all over ringside. And now Rollins turns his attention to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens misses with the right hand. Seth Rollins with a knee right to the face. Owens blocking the Falcon Arrow, and here's Rollins with a kick. Cover isn't enough here. Got him, no, 2 count.
Hey, all 5 of these superstars have just absolutely expended themselves in this match.
Look at the punishment they've gone through. Jericho and Strowman went through a table. Reigns was cannonballed into the barricade. And now Seth Rollins looks to take out the WWE Universal Champion. Rollins, the splash. Owens rolled out of the way.
I'm the man!
Owens going to try and take advantage.
Look at the pop-up power bomb.
No.
Look at the pedigree. Pedigree. Cover. Jericho pulled the referee, and that's legal, though. No disqualification in this match. There will be no punishment.
Yeah, feels like a little deja vu from Hell in a Cell.
Suicide dive! And now it's Rollins looking to climb the top rope yet again. Jericho ducked out of the way. Rollins rolls through. Jericho now looking for the walls, trying to twist and turn him on his belly, but Rollins able to counter. Oh! Rollins kick to the side of the face.
Second time got Jericho.
Pedigree! Owens connects. Roman Reigns with a Superman punch. Owens lands on Jericho. Owens just pinned Jericho. What the?
Here's your winner, the WWE Universal Champion, Kevin Owens.
That was weird.
Yeah? Weird, yeah. It's a terrible sight to see. You don't want to see best friends like that, but, I mean, blame Roman Reigns. Congratulations, Kevin Owens. Just bad luck again.
Kevin Owens wins the fatal 5-way, hitting his best friend, Chris Jericho.
Take a look at how this all went down. Rollins nails Jericho with a pedigree, only to meet a super kick from Owens.
Yeah, and Owens just happens to land on his buddy, Chris Jericho, and earn the victory in this match.
It was happenstance. Happenstance only.
But Owens was celebrating nonetheless. Again at Survivor Series. On the left is Team Raw, on the right, Team SmackDown Live. 5-on-5 men's elimination matchup. In 2 weeks, only on the WWE Network. And we want to remind everyone that next week, live on Monday Night Raw in Buffalo, The week before Survivor Series, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar face to face, same ring, next week live on Monday Night Raw.